In this demonstration, we are going to take a look at the Avoka Mobile Fieldworker application. The Avoka Mobile Fieldworker application is part of the Avoka Smart Form Factory solution, which is a comprehensive solution that enables organizations to quickly create, deploy, and manage interactive and intelligent mobile data capture applications that eliminate the use of paper to increase both fieldworker productivity and the quality of information being collected in the field. In this demo scenario, we will be a field worker performing property inspections. So to start this demonstration, let's log into the Avoka Fieldworker application using our iPad. So here we can see the Fieldworker icon, which is a native application installed here on my iPad. So I'm going to click that, and that's going to allow me to log in. And what we'll see is basically the main screen for the Avoka Fieldworker application. So we've got forms, task list, and history are the three main things that we can do. And when we look at each one of these individually, the forms is really going to be like the equivalent of what I might carry in my briefcase of blank forms. So anything that I might need to be able to grab and fill out while I'm in the field is there for my use. The task list, however, things that can be assigned to me as a field worker. These are work assignments that I'm being tasked to do, and these will come in as assignments and usually pre-filled as well with information. And then history allows me to actually see what I have submitted and sometimes even saved locally before submitting, because you can see in the upper right hand corner here, I'm in a connected mode, but the mobile fieldworker application works completely in a disconnected mode as well. So I could work with the form, save it, and then that would show up in my history, but not yet submitted up to the server. Once I become connected, it would then synchronize up to the server and submit. So in this case, let's kind of take a look at an item. You can see I've got one item in my task list that has been assigned to me, and I can see that it's a property inspection form. So if I click on that, that's going to basically take me to the information screen. So any information that wants to be pushed out to here before I actually open the form, or as you can see here, I can click on a map and actually get directions to it. So if I've got a device that has navigation built on, I could actually click on the map, and that's going to open up, map capabilities and let me get directions to the property that needs to be inspected. But for us, what we want to do is actually open the form, and let's go in and kind of explore some of the features that we'll have with the Fieldworker application. So when I come in, the Fieldworker application is now displaying the property inspection form. And again, the property inspection form is what's being driven by Smart Form Composer. So this is completely controlled by the business. But this is what's been presented to me for the property inspection. I can see the property ID has already been filled out. I already know where the property is at, or the general location of the property anyway. So I've got the capability to take a picture. So in this case, I'm going to take a picture of the front of the location. I say go ahead and use that. That now stores that in there. Now one thing to note, if you'll notice over on the left hand side, I've got a navigation tree both for the form and the field worker. So here I can click on the attachments tab, and I can see that it's already kind of stored that front view that was embedded in the form. So the form builder told us that we needed to do that. Now I could come in and actually click on the camera button here under the attachments tab, take a rear picture, and so now I've got that, and I can tag that this is going to be a rear view. You can see we also have easement that we could have chosen. So I can now save that, and now I've got the front and rear view for the property. So now if I can click on the form, I go back into the actual form, and I can start filling out the different form. Now you'll notice the form is using native controls for the device. So you can see here mixed use, multifamily, the different choices. If I choose multifamily, what I'm going to see is a subtype menu pop up that's specifically for that type of choice. Where if I come in and say, well, this is actually retail, then my subtype is actually going to be different based on things that are built for retail. So in this case, we'll choose one. Now, one of the things you'll also notice, if you notice the navigation tree for the form, where it's menu and I've got property data, property location, you'll notice the very bottom section now is retail. Because I chose retail, there is a specific set of questions for that, where again, if I choose multifamily, you can see that that section is set for that. If we actually go down and look at that section, we can see specific questions that are for that type of property versus, if we go back and choose retail and go over to retail, now I've got things that are specific around the retail, is there a food court and things like that. So again, the data collection application that you're going to create is very much tailored for what you want to gather. So another thing that I might want to be able to do is actually pinpoint the location that I'm going to use. So in this case, I've got the capability to use things like find address. So I'm going to come in, type in my address, and you can see it's kind of building this list down here. If I tap on that, I can see, yep, there's the one that I want. That's going to actually show me on the map, and I can verify, yes, that is exactly the location I want. And now it populates that that address block with, a validated address. So I know the address that I'm putting in there is very clean. I can come in and say, well, that's add a location, click on next. And now I'm kind of going in and choosing, okay, what are some of the buildings that are going to be associated with this? So I could say this is, building 1. I could fill in some information. Put in how many rental units. You can kind of move into the drop downs. You can see the drop downs are all native to the type of device. So we can say that was built in 1975. When was it renovated? Another thing that we can do, you'll see the locate button down on the bottom. So we've got access to things like the GPS in there. So if I hit that, we're recording the latitude and longitude for this specific building. Now if I click on the add building button, what that's going to allow me to do is actually get a second building in there. I can fill it out. Use GPS for that as well. And then, I can delete out. So it's got all the dynamic capability. So now let's actually click on the submit button. And what we'll see is form validation that's going to go on and actually tell us all the different areas on the form, as well as if we have attachments that need to be done as well. So here we can see in the land characteristics section and the ground lease info section, we have one error each. If I go to those sections using the navigation, I can see that it highlights the field that needs to be validated or filled in. And so I can go to each of those. And now if I come in, hit the submit this time, now it's telling us that no further changes will be possible once the form has been submitted, because I'm actually doing a submit. And I can hit submit. And that actually puts it up into my history section. And in this case, you notice in the right hand corner, it's actually synchronizing now. So it's going to go ahead and send that up to the server. If I had been in a disconnected mode, it would have stored it locally and then would have synced up once I came into play. So here we can see the receipt number that has been generated by the backend system and applied out to the field worker. Okay, we've seen how Avoka's field worker application can assist in mobile field worker scenarios. We've seen how the form can be taken offline. Assignment capabilities to the field worker can be made. Yes, no, if then logic can be built into the application. Integration to GPS and camera functionality can be built into the form and in application. Intelligence and best practices built into the application reduces or even eliminates the training requirements. And this allows for information to be quickly disseminated into the backend systems, both quickly and accurately. Thank you.